Hello, welcome to another episode of Honest to a Malt. Mike, stop making me laugh. It's with Duncan, that's me, and Mike, aka Tupids. And what's the episode called today, Mike, my friend?
So we're on episode 23, and we are woke up on a dystopian Tuesday.
Ooh, tense.
Yes.
Zombie vibes. That was quite good. You actually faded out there.
Yeah. It's like Shaun of the Dead. I'll do it on the day.
Sounds. I do it on the day. A bit like Lara.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, how's your? We were about a few extra days, aren't we, in between pods this week? So
Bank holiday, isn't it? Got to have a
it
little
is.
relax.
Relax. Certainly did relax as well. Yeah. Before going big, I just keeping things positive. I've done about 6 runs in 8 days now. I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. That's gonna be 7 in 9.
God,
feeling healthier. Yeah.
I've done 3 5Ks in a week. Not
That's
feeling
pretty good.
healthy at all. The opposite. I feel like I'm going to die.
Maybe just give up the exercise. It's not good for you.
It's really not. The knees are not enjoying it. I've got braces on both. But hey, we'll see how long I can keep it going for before I'm in a wheelchair. But yeah,
You'll have to have to do what old people do and just start going swimming.
yeah, just shouting at teenagers. Yeah.
Get out of my lane.
I'll do that anyway.
Oh dear me.
I wanted to say a quick shout out to the first person to put a Christmas themed tweet out.
Right.
We talked about it on the last pod. Steve Rush, the Whiskey Wire, has picked up some mince pies and posted it already. So we're still well into August, and the mince pies, Christmas themed, are already fully on sale in your supermarkets. So, yeah. Just to sort of recap on that last pod. And thank you to everyone who listened on the last one, by the way. If you do obviously enjoy listening, give us a 5-star review, subscribe, write something nice, follow us on all the socials, and interact with us because we do like hearing from you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Also, it's episode 23. So Michael Jordan.
Yes.
There ain't no I in team, but there is in whiskey. You miss 100% of the shots. You don't drink.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan, for those quotes. Much appreciated.
They're different to how I remember them, but yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what he said about them. He was he liked a cigar and he liked to drink, so
That was a dram.
pretty sure that was super accurate. So what's been in your glass and what's been up your ass this week then, Mike?
So what's been in my glass, pretty much, I'm still on the Compass Box Artist Blend. It's been just really good. Summery dram. Can't get enough of it. I'm nearly at the end of it. Found out as well, some of it has got a bit of Palo Cortado in there. So it's probably why I'm really getting on with it. So that's something I've been looking at as well. Been eyeing up Palo Cortado bottles because there's a few coming to market.
Yeah.
So looking at those.
You want to let on about any of those, or is it some sort of secret?
Can't at the moment.
It's very secret. It's top secret.
Very secretive. And another one, I'm not buying any bottles this month. So as soon as I'm back out, I'm hoping it's still available.
August ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
by this time in September,
you can buy them on the 1st, or you have to wait a whole 30 days. I don't understand.
I'm going to wait like payday, basically, next payday.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to hold off a little bit.
Yeah. But there will be some Palo Cortado. Oh, yes, it will.
There will.
Mine. Yeah. But in my glass currently, I'm showing up to you, is what looks like water. I've picked up a Keikun Japanese Shoshu, which is 25% ABV. I thought it might taste a bit like whiskey. Didn't really see the ABV. And it doesn't taste of anything.
Did you say it was shochu?
Shochu.
Honest to a shochu then this week.
Honest to a shochu.
That's
so true.
We've leveled up. That's so true. We've leveled up from honest to a brew.
Yeah.
I'm actually drinking whiskey. I'm keeping it real this week.
Mate, this is 54 quid on Whiskey Exchange.
But you didn't pay that for it though, right?
I didn't pay that for it, no.
Thank goodness for that. I'd have to disown you as a human being.
Picked up a bit of a bargain, also known as a bargain, at a whiskey auction, and this basically came in for free. So, I'd have been fuming if I'd paid 44.
It's good when someone chucks it in for free.
Yeah,
just want to get rid of it.
I'll put a picture up somewhere because it's like literally it's like in a little bathrobe with like a little purple rope sash around it. It's Looks very appealing. It's a handsome bottle, but yeah, don't pay 54 quid for it. But yeah,
Right.
you know, it says you can drink it with tea, fruit juice, and water. So
Keep it whiskey.
That's the yeah. I strayed. I'm sorry. But
Fail.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
someone's got to try these things. I'll post a review up online with
Right.
a bit of actual detail on it soon. So yeah.
And
What's in your glass? What have you been drinking? Apart from obviously quite a lot, I hear.
Well, no, I had pretty much a week off. I had like 6.5 days, maybe 7 days no booze. So well done me. And then we started having guests around for bank holiday weekend, and that involves entertaining. And then we went out on Sunday. So just the highlights. Highlights would be actually cracked in some cigars. Had
Nice.
Key D'Orsay number 50, very chilled out at a pub on Saturday. And with some friends, had some Partagas Millefleur. I probably mispronounced those. But
It's almost a guarantee.
once we'd had far too much to drink, so it was probably wasted. And people that don't really smoke cigars just kept going, I'm smoking a cigar. I'm smoking a cigar. Oh my days.
That's the Hamlet crowd.
Don't, whatever you do, don't breathe it all into your lungs. I'm smoking a cigar. Great, good for you.
I'm passing out and throwing up.
They know who they are. And I shared that Tennessee 18 George Dicker with a few people, so that got hammered. That's almost gone. And also shared Springbank Local Barley with a few people, so that got hammered and that's almost gone. And I've opened up the new Somerton Club Bowl, which I have to really say big shout out to Dan today. I mean, bear in mind that we pay for this, or I pay for this myself. So if I'm shouting it out, it's because it's good, not because of any other reason. So it's
Not 'cause we had him on.
my 50 quid that I paid to be a member. So it is Storning Danish whiskey. And he basically tasked them with coming up with something which was going to highlight kind of like the floor malted smoked barley. And they came up with something which is a mixture between mead and wine casks. It's got virgin American white oak, Moscatel, river salts, and mead casks. It's 53%. So I guess it's a single malt, but it's a blend of different casks, right? 2017, 2019. And I'll just tell you what the tasting notes are. But it says raisins, vanilla, lemon, bonfire, honey, cereals. Okay, it says Vikings at the end. You don't get Vikings in it. But you do certainly get a lot of heather honey.
Viking armpit.
Yeah, because he asked them to come up with something which have heather in it. And you get the heather and you get honey and you certainly get the bonfire. And then the other stuff for sure you get too. And it's just a really nicely balanced, sweet, smoky whiskey. It's excellent. I will love this bottle, and I'm really glad that I did actually get this and not the replacement. So for the 80 or so people out there that were fortunate, I'm fortunate enough to get the 3 directly from the distillery. I'm really glad that I ended up with this bottle.
Nice.
I mean, mead, that's super rare.
What's the ABV on it? Did you say? Sorry.
53%.
Nice.
And that's a bargain because Storning really, they charge quite a lot for their bottles. It's just lovely.
All alcohol over there costs a fortune. If you think of them then shipping it out to everywhere else,
Yeah, so it's
before
totally
it
gorgeous.
even lands here.
And I also,
money.
I had another sample from out of the sample box, which was from Andrew Pad Whiskey, which was the Lot Lomond Distillery Edition 3, which I once tried the sister cask of or something like that. Anyway, lots of kind of like apple-y, kind of like palm sour type stuff in it, maybe apple sour. Very good, just another excellent Lot Lomond. I haven't got a bottle of that one, but I'm strongly considering buying one before it all goes. And I saw that the Glen Scotia Festival Edition 2023 is almost out of stock now. So this is just a shout out. No, I've got a spare. I've got a bottle and a half left. So I won't be getting another one. But if you're out there and you've not got much left or you haven't bought one yet, maybe now is the time.
I would say. Yeah, I had to take the plunge the other day and pick one up. It just...
There you go.
It needs to be in the collection. I need more Scotia in my life, really. When I look at my collection now, there's a lot of Loch Lomonds and the Scotia element is just at the side. Need a bit more.
And I've got a £20 voucher from SMWS burning a hole in my pocket. So at some point I have to spend that.
That's if they got any Scotia in,
Yeah. Oh, so what's been annoying you this week or has been super successful?
What's been super successful?
You're so positive these days, Mike.
Yes, got to be positive. Got to be positive. You miss what?
Grumpy Mike.
No. What's been good is literally, I think, touch wood, everything baby related. Sorted.
Right.
Everything.
Right. You've given birth already, have you?
Practically. That's the only thing left to do now. High chairs made.
High chairs,
Nursery's
mate.
done.
I could have chucked you a free high chair.
Playroom's done. Not even going to be in there. But yeah, we've got like everything. High, like
All
the
done.
pram is arriving tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like, I think Lara can now chill.
It's not long now, though, is it? A couple of months or something?
No. Anytime between now and the 8th of October.
Right. Oh, 8th of October?
Oh, mate, it's imminent. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, game day.
We'll drink to you in Kendal when you're missing the festival. No problem.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's a sensitive subject.
Hey, you're going to need a break.
It's on the may-do list. I've got the tickets, me and Lara, but obviously bought them pre-news. So, yeah, that was...
She can just have a lovely, relaxing time in the Airbnb whilst you're out.
And do you know what? If I don't make it, we can give them away as a prize on the podcast.
That sounds amazing. Hopefully I win it. I've already got tickets. Yeah. I've actually got one ticket that I don't need now. So we could possibly even double down on that ticket, and then we could actually make it 3 tickets to give away. Yeah. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Don't quote us on that. We'll have a little chat about that later. Yeah. We're not that generous as human beings, right?
No. I mean, there's a lot of things you're going to need to do for that, but that's another topic.
I've got to have a wee rant then. So, pub, Sunday. You must have been, between us, we must have been to a lot of London pubs. So, got invited along to a pub called the Prospect of Whitby in Wapping. Never been there.
Yes.
It's one of the older pubs in London. Might even be the oldest or one of the oldest 3 or something like that. Anyway, it's on the River Thames. So, here we go. The prospect of going to the Prospect of Whitby, not great once you've been there. I can do this. I'll do the positives first. Amazing views because it's by the river. You can't go wrong. It's Green King, so you already know. Set the bar low. I literally grew up near Bury St Edmunds for a chunk of my life, and Green King, you were lucky to find a good Green King pub. Some of the worst service I've ever seen. It was just atrocious.
Really?
Yeah. And we're not demanding people. It was just really bad. The staff just didn't really want to know, and I think the person who hired the room had spent 250 quid hiring the room, and the staff had just been really just trying to pull a fast one all the time. Anyway, a terrible Guinness came in a non-Guinness glass, flat, chemically. One of the worst old fashions I've ever had in my life. It was so bad. It was so bad that I ordered it again just to watch them make it because I couldn't figure out how they'd made it so bad. And when I watched them, they were poured the sugar syrup in first over the ice. Then they poured in the whiskey, which I think was monkey shoulder.
Yeah.
And then they put a couple of sprinkles of, I assume, bitters in at the end. I'm not sure if they mixed it, but the balance was just all wrong. It just tasted horrendous. It didn't taste like an old-fashioned at all. Basic food, maybe just the views. There's a lovely pub. It's a really nice pub. It's in a great building and it's got lovely views. But aside from that, a bit pricey as well, obviously. So, bit of a pub fail. Spirit of Whitby, bit of a shitby. That's what I would say. There you go.
Good. I love that.
Review done.
That could be a hashtag.
Review done.
Yeah, never getting invited there again. Not bothered.
I'm not bothered. There's many other pubs in London that are significantly better. Yeah,
and in that area as well. Really good pubs.
Yeah, I mean, after that, we went. I don't know the name of the pub, but we had to walk about 1.5 miles, and we ended up at a pub that looked like if we went inside, we'd probably get knifed or whatever. But it turned out it was a band pub, and they had a band on from Norway. I can't remember their name, but they were incredible. No way. Yeah, band from Norway. And they were incredible. And they were like lighting it up. And the Guinness in there was fantastic. So if I can remember the name of the pub, I will post it in the link. And it was a great venue to go and watch bands in, I guess. And the Guinness was banging. Toilets were a bit rank, but what'd you expect?
I haven't seen a pub band for ages.
We just randomly turned up there.
I used to love the, I assume they do it down here. Do they have live music in the O'Neill's? Themed pubs and stuff in London?
Probably. I don't really go to many.
We used to have an Irish band every Wednesday, and it was quality, like proper Irish music, just
jigging about.
Yeah. Guinness everywhere, love it.
Oh, when you go from a bad pint of Guinness to a good pint of Guinness, the elation is incredible. I was so happy, and then we were telling.
Are you still envious about the Sam Smith? Are you over that yet? Or is it
I'm not over it, but I still got to go to Tottenham Court Road to have a pint of it. So it's not always on the cards, is it?
No.
It's still a journey. I was talking to my friends about it and they were going, it does seem like a trek. And I was going, it's so good. And they were like, well, not tonight. I was like, well, you're missing out. So it was on my mind. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's just there in the back of your mind constantly.
Always.
Just a little niggle.
Always.
Come drink me, Duncan.
Make the journey. So, on to the main subject of the pod today then, Mike.
Yes.
This one's been playing on my mind for a while. I think we all sometimes think about this a bit, which is what happened. For a start, what we called it? Woke up on Dystopian Tuesday.
Woke up on Dystopian Tuesday.
Why a Tuesday? Tuesday's the worst day of the week, don't you think?
Especially this week, more than normal, because you had the bank holiday. So you had the extra day off. So it's made Tuesday even
It's
worse.
usually like Monday is the first day after the weekend, so you're still kind of a bit high off the weekend. Tuesday's like Wednesday's like middle of the week, so halfway through. Thursday,
fun. Wednesday is fun.
Wednesday's fun, right? So Tuesday, I think everyone agrees Tuesday's the worst day of the week. So we woke up on Dystopian Tuesday because it's the bleakest day of the week, just to compound the thing. We've all seen loads of dystopian movies. Surely they're standard. So what have we got? Like nuclear fallout,
zombies,
some sort of disease has rifled through society.
COVID-47.
COVID-47. Is that a real thing or?
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. If it's not COVID, it's going to be something else. Or what's been in the news this week? The first ever human with a worm in their brain.
No.
Yep. So basically, somehow I couldn't.
What, controlling them? Controlling them.
I don't know if it's control. Well, to an extent, yes.
Well, they just find this person like digging in a garden, like with the bare hands, trying to get back into the soil. Like what's going on?
Trying to keep wet all the time.
Take them in and examine their brain. Oh my god, there's a worm in their brain. We never expected that.
Just diving on the floor whenever a bird goes overhead.
Yeah.
No, so she basically these worms can get in the brains of snakes, and they can infest snakes. But at some point, she's touched something to do with a snake, picked up this little tiny worm. She was taking medication which knocked her natural defenses down, and it's made its way up to her brain and was living in her.
I love these stories. What are the chances?
Yeah.
And that's why we don't need to worry about it, because those same random things will not happen to you or I.
Well, but now one's have done it, mate. Let's open the floodgates. Worms know now.
Is this just a standard worm, or is this like some sort of special snake worm?
It was a special snake worm. It's not like a garden worm.
Right. Well, this
literally was Muller in her brain and just moving around.
Honestly, Mike, this is as good as any for a dystopian setting. So let's say that these snake. Honestly, we haven't pre-discussed this. I can't. Where have you pulled this out from? This is incredible. So let's say that these snake worms have become able to get into human brains and started being taken over humans, and that's then turned them into sort of like, I don't know. Let's say fairly, sort of, kind of zombies that act a bit like snakes. They're a bit rubbish and they kind of like slither around on the floor, which means they can't really do much.
Yeah.
So it's like less intense. It's not like the kind of zombie film you watch where they're like 28 days later where they're like sprinting at like full tilt and you're like thinking...
Snakes are quick, mate.
Not all snakes are quick. Not anacondas.
Ooh. Where do you think the phrase racing snake came from? No smoke without fire.
I've never heard that phrase.
What? He's a racing snake.
I've never heard that.
That's a Welsh thing. He's a proper racing snake.
If that's a Welsh thing and anyone can validate that, please let us know. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume this is Mike just making stuff up again. He's thinking I can slip that in. No one will know. Racing snake. I think that's commonly used. So, like these snake things, these worms have taken over. They've transposed into human society. You wake up on a Tuesday, and basically, it's like there's not much going on, right? You can see there's a bit of chaos outside. You think, Jesus, I'd probably make a crumpet and have a think about what to do. What do you do?
Got power? Have we got power? Probably not.
No, we've still got power. No.
It's not going to be for long.
Not for long. It's intermittent. It's intermittent. I think we have to start off assuming that it's the start of the kind of dystopian thing and not like the end of it, right? I always think the first thing is when you know things are going downhill. Well, first thing is, let's say you've got a few days just to kind of like set yourself up. Are you going to head out or are you going to stay in the location?
I'm staying in the location.
Right.
Because I'm going to build up as much water as I can.
Right, you can try and build up your water
supply. Bath, fill up everything with water.
Right.
because that's like the most important thing. Get filter kits for water.
Yeah.
For a natural supply. Dirty rivers, put it through. You can drink that. Fine, no issues. Because when it all goes horribly wrong,
yeah,
I'd be back once I've got my water and stuff. I'm back in the house, and then I'm waiting for everyone else to like just die or go nuts and turn into zombies or something else. That's when the game starts.
So
the survival instincts have to kick
people
in.
are going to turn. We just said people are going to turn into like. People are turning into like the worms are infesting people's brains, and they're turning into like snakes that like crawl around. They're not literally turning into snakes; they're turning into like people that act like snakes on the floor because the worms controlling their brain. So they're not that much of a threat.
No,
but at the same time, you never know what could happen. They're going to learn, aren't they?
Infrastructure is going to collapse
for sure.
Wormy snake people, maybe they're going to be working in supermarkets. They could do.
Well, no, infrastructure is definitely going to collapse.
Snake ways.
Because all the people that were doing stuff now have turned into sort of worm snake things, haven't they? So
yeah.
So for sure, that's a given. I think that I'm probably going to tool up and do like a local exploratory journey to see if I can go and get things like food and supplies and then come back. And I think I'd probably head to the local Sainsbury's and Waitrose and see if everyone's pillaged it all or not yet.
Just get the whiskey. To be fair,
that's the thing. That's the whole thing. We've got loads of whiskey. I'm not worried about whiskey. What I'm worried about is if we have to get in a car and drive somewhere, how much whiskey do I take?
Well, you got to take your cast strength stuff. You need more cast strength whiskey because you're going to need Molatov cocktails.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're weapons as well, aren't they?
Yep. Bit of sugar, a few elastic bands in there.
So hang on. Done. So have you ever seen Doomsday Preppers?
I know of them. I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's a great series. I haven't watched it in a while, so it's not like it's fresh in my mind. But basically, people who are doomsday preppers go around to somebody else's house to score them on their doomsday preparation. And then the people that have prepped for doomsday, it's like all they do, get really offended when they don't score them too high. And they'll look at all stuff like offense, like defense, like survival elements. So what you said about water is like survival, isn't it? Right? You're going into like survival mode. Like your bottles of whiskey to use as Molotov cocktails is a great example of a bit of offense, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's great thinking, that is.
So you need sugar and elastic bands as well.
Well, we've got sugar in the cupboard, so we've got enough. I don't know how much sugar you need to make one Molotov cocktail.
I know, because just to go to the finer technical details,
you
put sugar inside and elastic bands. When you set it off, it sticks to people, and the elastic bands also melt.
Right. So it basically makes it worse. It makes it worse.
It makes it napalm.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Those snake worm things aren't going to know it's him.
No, they are. Napalm.
Yeah,
whiskey napalm.
Now I'm starting to think which bottles in the collection.
Abelauer napalm coming in.
Which bottles in the collection would get put first on the Molotov list? Well, any Jura, any. I mean, I've not got that many bad bottles. I guess reluctantly, I'd probably be taking stuff like the Cotswolds.
Yeah,
that seems really bad, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. You can't go to Sainsbury's. You can't.
Oh no,
cast strength.
Do you know what though? We've got quite a few sort of random sort of spirits, like from other countries that are like 40%. I'd be using those first.
Well, I can say Scotland is going to survive this thing straight off.
Because
just on weaponry alone.
What, because of the amount of whiskey?
Yeah, just the amount of cast strength they got up there. They're fine.
Yeah. On whiskey, I'm actually having a Talisker. What was that Talisker 9 or 10-year-old we had from Blind Rams?
9-year-old.
9-year-old, yeah.
Can't remember what it was, but yeah, 9-year-old cast strength, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. That's what I'm having now. So you're going to stay. I'm going to stay for a bit. I'm not leaving immediately. I was like, when you see those programs of people in the desert or whatever, or when they've been dropped off by a plane, there's always this conundrum. Should you try to find your way to safety, or should you stay where you are? And honestly, I can never remember what has the higher chance of survival.
You'd have to stay where you are initially because you know it.
Right.
Batten down your hatches. Block your drives off so people can't just drive in. Keep your garages locked.
I'll protect your cars and stuff.
Yeah. Protect your house initially.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, because people are going to be trying to steal everything.
Wow.
If it gets overrun, because you're saying about the worms, but then people are going to start running out of food and start going natural.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be people you need to worry about, not the snaky people.
Right.
So yeah, then you may have to move to find a better location if there's too many people after your stuff.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, like, what stuff have I got that would be essential to take? So I hadn't really thought about the fact that whiskey could also be used, or spirits could be used as Molotov cocktails. That's a good point. I've got a cricket bat, but I'm not sure how sturdy it is, and I've got like a lacrosse stick, I'm probably not that well tooled up, really, to be honest.
I don't think you're ready for it, mate.
I'm not sure if I am.
Yeah, you got to have an axe.
I haven't got an axe.
You live in London. You don't really need an axe. If you need,
I could get one though. London. I've got a saw. Does that count? I've got a hacksaw and a saw.
Saw head. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a hammer and a drill. I mean, I can't do much with a hammer's pretty useful, isn't it? But a drill's not really. So I guess.
Well, drill's essential.
I'm gonna make a note on my pad. Get more weapons.
Buy an axe.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess axes are generally useful.
Product drop. Get yourself a Hall knife sharpener.
Right.
Because I got one of these for my birthday, and it's basically turned my decent kitchen knives, which were super blunt, into absolute weapons.
Yeah, I've got a good knife sharpener.
Touch food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, that's going to go really, really wrong at some point.
Yeah, 100%. Knife sharpeners, people don't realise the differences between knife sharpeners. They can make a giant difference. I've got a really old knife which claimed to be excellent, and it did go a bit blunt, and I recently just sharpened it up like properly, and it's just like lightning sharp again, and that knife's probably like 15 years old. Yeah. It's just some like mid-sized knife, you know, that has no right to be that good. It probably.
But are you like capable with a knife?
I've watched Gangs in New York. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, because again, I don't know if I told you this, but for my birthday, Laura's bought me a butchery course. So I'm going to a butcher's a couple of miles down the road.
That telescope's so good.
Basically, going to be doing a whole cow.
Right.
Learning how to do it all, chop it up, do all the cuts. Yeah.
Well, please do from me. Please do that scene in Gangs in New York. You go, that's a kill. That's a kill.
I'll just have to grow the moustache out as well.
Yeah, get your moustache on. Do your Daniel Day-Lewis, yeah. So I think we've covered the kind of like weaponry aspect. I'm a bit more sort of interested in the kind of so let's say you have to get in for a start, obviously you're going to go out and get as much food as you can locally. I'm going to be trying to stock up on things like noodles and like products that last for ages, right? Obviously, right? Tins.
To be fair, noodles are probably the best because they're light.
Yeah, I'm also, because we live in flats here, I'm going to go around to see if any of the neighbours have turned into worm snake things. If they have, I'm going to take their stuff.
Yeah, they don't need it.
100%. Yeah, just check to see if they've turned into the crazy snake things.
See how quickly you've turned into someone that's just stealing stuff?
No, only if they're gone.
Only a couple of days, and you're already raiding.
Yeah,
you're looting.
Yeah.
Power, because power's going to go down.
You need a generator.
Keep the thing. Solar, got to be.
Oh, I haven't.
You got to hit it. You got to find like where
that means
we'll store the camping supplies and things like that.
I think then that means that we would probably try to head round to our my wife's father's house, which has like its own water supply and solar and stuff. So we'd have to be able to make that 1 hour 15 trip, which seems like it would be easy, but in like a dystopian future is probably like a serious journey, right?
That's a whole TV series.
Like chaos on the roads.
Yeah,
exactly
that's
right.
An entire series.
Just trying to make your way down the M11. Yeah. With like a whole boot full of whiskey. I was trying to think about how much whiskey I'd want to take with me. I think that would be the hardest thing. And would you, in the first few days, would you just sit and just drink a bit of your collection just whilst you think things through?
Yeah.
The first thing I do for definite, if this kicks off, is I just, whatever was the best bottle I've got, I just open it if it's not open already.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. I got a spoiler for you as well. When you get to the in-laws at either the end of season 1 or the start of season 2.
Oh, this is going to be a series, is it?
It's burned down. It's not there. It's been trashed. I hate to break it to you. All that effort.
Right.
Now then you've got to come up with a new plan for season 2.
They're not the only people with solar. It's not the only solar-powered water supply house in that area. So, yeah. I think we would have probably tooled up on the way as well. I would, I actually, now thinking about it, I would like to do that thing where you just tool up your car, just like panels and stuff on it. So it just looks the business, you know, like some corrugated panels, right?
Well, there's a few people in Kent with not enough things to do, clearly, or too much time on their hands. Because you do see quite a lot of 4x4s looking like they're ready for the zombie apocalypse. And I'm like, you've got either too much money or you haven't got any money and you're spending all your benefits on your 4x4, hoping that it happens.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say straight up, everything that's in the whiskey cabinet is immediately put into like bags. That's gonna go in like and then because that's ready to go as Molotov cocktails already / drinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've already got 30. What I've got about 30 open bottles. So that's already 30 weapons.
I got 300. Right? I'm laughing.
Yeah. You'll just
this
be.
This is why they're all open. They're ready.
You'll just be sitting on like your window, just chucking them into the street.
just cigars, like A-Team cigar style.
Yeah.
Just on the roof of the house, launching
it.
Still got 299.
Yeah. You've never got so many likes in the world. Just people watching, like people liking Instagram videos of you chucking Dura Molotov cocktails at people.
SMWS.
Snake
That's
worm
what you're
things.
hitting. You've got to hit SMWS.
Yeah.
Everything's about 60%.
Yeah, that would be
weaponry.
Oh my gosh, that's the thing is, would you gamble and would you go if it's like a dystopian? Because that's the other thing I thought about is, say you're going on like a journey, and let's say, you haven't got too much baggage. I mean, if you've got, first priority is to look after the family, but let's say you haven't got too much baggage. Surely then, in a city like London or Edinburgh or something like that, you'd be thinking, oh, if I could just go and hole up at Bath Street.
You're going to go to a pub, aren't you, or something?
Bath Street,
Dead.
Like a pub.
I've seen it somewhere. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. No, but it doesn't matter, does it? But what I'm saying is, if it really is a dystopian future, it's not like whiskey's going off, is it? Beer's going to go off.
Beer's going to go off.
Beer's going to go off, but whiskey isn't. So you could, if you could get to someone like SMWS or Melody or something like that, oh my days.
Yeah.
And like society's broken down. There'll probably be other like-minded people there want to go and have a drink. You'd have a lovely little time. Batter up
straight
the
to the
doors.
Winchester, mate. Straight to the Winchester.
Yeah, straight to the Winchester. Take with you.
Get a bit of Queen on the jukebox.
Loads of snacks. Yeah. Yeah, but that's more intense, isn't it? Because they actually get attacked by actual zombies. And that's
also cask strength whiskey, disinfectant, really good.
Yeah, that's true. So you're sorted if you get injured.
It's basically the ultimate dystopian future lifesaver.
So what we're saying is, you only really need whiskey, elastic bands, some matches, something to light it, sugar, and then you need obviously some dry food. Right, of some kind. My dog's padding around again. He won't settle down. What a nightmare.
Wants to get involved.
He's the first thing to go in the dystopian future.
Out the window. Ben, go and get the foxes.
What a liability.
We've got to stay quiet.
He's not a border collie. He's not actually going to help. It's not like he's an Alsatian. He's just baggage.
Just a waste of food at this point.
Yeah. So all you need is whiskey, dry food, water, and
you have the water of life.
I'd say probably whiskey. Probably warm clothes.
Yeah,
you definitely need to pack up loads of clothes because who knows? I mean, obviously it's not that cold in England, but at the same time, you could be sleeping anywhere, couldn't you?
Yeah, but you only
in the
need
car.
Like one set, don't you? Set of like winter stuff. You're going to be smelly, mate.
I'd be so bad at this because I've probably 2-3 days without a bath, and I need to have a bath.
You're like, I've got my Louis Vuitton suitcase with my 17 outfit changes.
That is not me, Mike. I guess you just get used to being really stinky in like a sort of...
Yeah. Oh, you do instantly. I remember when I did the trek through the States, and we were only off in the mountains for like a week.
Right.
But we came down, you couldn't smell yourself. But then had a shower and come back into the room with the guys I'd been with for a week.
Yeah.
And nearly threw up because of how bad we smelt.
It's disgusting.
Oh my God. Just like the smell of feet. Like, it's indescribable. Yeah, so that's going to be...
How long was that? A week?
A week.
Oh, God, imagine if it was like a month.
And that's like washing still, and then the occasional dip in a lake somewhere with a bear.
Right, and that was a week, and he still smelled that bad.
Yeah,
blimey. In all those dystopian movies, when they get jiggy with each other, come on, they absolutely stink. There's no chance. They'd be like,
no. Yeah, even after a week of dried food, you very quickly hate the same sort of dried crap that is.
I can literally eat the same thing every day. Dry pasta. I could eat dry pasta every day, but then you'd still need water to boil it, wouldn't you? It'd be easier just to eat cereal.
Overnight oats.
Just dry cereal, yeah. Or like things like what do you call them? Like those like
crunchy bars.
Yeah, that type of thing. Or like like
Pop-Tarts.
flapjacks, that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just eat a flapjack, a couple of flapjacks a day, a pint of Guinness. Oh, tins of Guinness would be great, wouldn't they? That'd keep you going.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we've decided that we are taking whiskey with us. We're going to take as much as possible, but let's say that you're limited.
Yeah.
And you can only take a few closed bottles. Which bottles are you reaching from your collection that you got to take?
As you said, the most expensive.
But why though?
Because if I'm gonna die, I'll go down just like going, well, here we go. If you're in that, if you're the not the main character of the TV show, which I'm now picturing us in, by the way, it's a TV show. It's a
TV show.
If you're like a second or third character within the thing, you've done something good, you've saved someone, but you're gonna die. And you're like, yep, right, okay, here we go. Here's my hero's ending. I'm going to pop a really expensive whiskey and just go down swinging or swigging.
I'm going to go down swigging. That'd be a great tagline for the movie. Yeah, or series. I had to think about it, and there are certainly some bottles that I definitely take. I've got a bottle of 1972 Cappadonic, like a sort of 39-year-old. That'd be straight in the thing. Yeah. I also think they'd be good bartering, wouldn't they? So if you met people that had stuff that you didn't have, let's say somebody had 5 shotguns. Yeah. They don't need 5 shotguns. So, what you do is you would threaten to smash the whiskey, or you trade the whiskey for the shotgun. But obviously
go to like your local supermarket, get all the rubbish Macallan you can.
Right.
Because people will just think this is going to be, I've read about this.
And then just switch bottles.
Before the world ended. Yeah. No, you're only giving them the rubbish Macallan, but convince them that it's the good stuff. You've got a shotgun.
There would be some sense of justice if you had space in your sort of vehicles to only use Macallan for Molatov cocktails. That's all you used. Just like Macallan 25, just every Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, but you'd be like throwing them and nothing's happening because they're all 40%.
Yeah. Whereas our car strength Scotia we'd be doing a job, wouldn't it? Lovely. 60%, yeah. All the car strength boys would be away, wouldn't we? So
is that your gang name? The Car Strength Boys?
It could be, yeah.
That's a tattoo. That's a tattoo waiting to happen.
Boys with a Z, obviously, because it sounds way cooler. Yeah, standard.
Yeah.
So if there's anything else we haven't thought about here, I like the concept with the whole sort of worm takes over the brain of a human being that turns into a kind of snake. They kind of like sort of start taking over the world. I guess you have to stop the worm getting into your brain. So maybe you have to have something to protect your head, probably as well.
Yeah.
Probably got some, you probably have to wear like a helmet or something. Oh, I'd wear a motorbike helmet. We've got motorbike helmets here. We'll just stick those on for a start. How's the worm going to get into that? Just always lidded up all the time.
I'd just go and find the nearest weapons place.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's one close by, but I definitely... I love the idea of doing like what do you call it when you go out on like a little exploratory session? What's that called? Like there's like an army term for it. I don't know.
A recce.
Yeah, like a recce. I'd go and do little recce's on my Honda CB500X, which is like slightly off road.
Yeah.
Which means I can take it through like, as long as they're not wet, like really wet, like forests and stuff. So I could just take it everywhere and just go and do like recce's. That would be super cool. I'm sort of semi hoping this happens, to be honest.
You're just hoping that it will take place.
Yeah, because it's also got a top box on it. It's got a massive top box. So I could also, when I was doing a recce, I could bring back some food and bits and pieces. And like obviously, like you're a lot more mobile on a motorbike than you are in a car. You can't really get stuck as easily,
Well, your Vespa is designed to get through tight spaces in the city. So
also, I could just. Oh, very good, Mike. I'd have to fit it with something on the handlebars where I could have the bottles ready to light and throw. That'd be dope.
A basket.
Yeah,
mate. It's a Vespa, isn't it? Let's be honest. You're ditching your big bike. It's too loud.
It's too loud. Yeah.
Get an electric Vespa.
Yeah, could do. So is it like I've got. I'm sure there's some. Okay, I've got some Tamdu single casks. 100% they're coming with me.
Of course they are.
100%. And
Duncan whiskey tip sponsored by
Tamdu. They still haven't called me. It's really disappointing, to be honest, especially considering the world's going to end. So this was their last chance. Yeah. I probably got a Springwagon 15 I could take with me. People seem to go mental over that stuff, so that's probably a good trade, isn't it? Hopefully I'll bump into someone Chinese. There you go. Probably give me like a Lamborghini for it or something at that point. So what else? What else? Is there something we haven't thought of here in this sort of? I mean, obviously we've all seen these films. So, I mean,
water, weapons.
you usually want to find
power.
you want to find a house which has its own generating power with a view where you can see out over stuff, or you want to hole up in a block together with other like-minded people. I always think the biggest issues with these things are kind of trust, and this is why I think the whiskey community would be massive for it. Think about the friends that we forged on like Whiskey Twitter. We could just agree to meet them somewhere, and there'd be like instant trust, and everybody would want to protect the whiskey.
Yeah,
that could be.
Well, maybe that's what you decide at the end of season 1 when the house is destroyed.
Right.
You go, right, there's only one place to go now, and you want to go up to like Bamore and go in the vaults, lock yourself in there. You've got the coast behind you, no one's coming in.
So we decide that, like, bearing in mind that in all these movies, they will start to quarantine areas, don't they? So like areas get shut down, you can't access certain areas. Sometimes people are trying to get out. You've got the worm snake people like wriggling around all over the place.
Isla, it's got to be. It's an island.
Yeah, I guess I could. But how do you get out of
there? Speedboat. There'll be loads, mate. Marinas.
I guess, yeah. There's actually speedboats on the Thames.
Yeah, loads of cows up there and stuff as well.
Hang on, you're Kent. So basically, we'll go and steal a speedboat from the Thames.
Yeah.
And we'll load that up with whiskey and supplies, and then we'll head to Isla.
Keep going up.
Just as high as possible.
East coast, just all the way up. Go past.
Just in the sea. Can you take You can take speedboats in the sea. Yeah, you can. It seems like a really stupid question. I guess as long as you're staying near the coast, right?
As long as if the sea's rough, you might sink. But yeah, no, speedboats can go over some decent waves.
Right.
Obviously, you'd nick like a charter type thing anyway. A big power boat. You wouldn't just nick a speedboat. I guess want bedrooms and stuff, mate.
So I guess like you start off on a speedboat to go and find a better boat. So we've now become like pirates.
Yep.
So this is turning into like Waterworld.
The zombie Waterworld.
And we're going to go
wormy Waterworld.
We're going to go up to Isla.
Yeah.
Right. So really the target now, scrap what we said before, we're going to go to one of the distilleries. Yeah. That's it. With our Molotovs and our
have to work,
and our
noodles. What we do.
Yeah.
Just go and get if we won the lottery.
Just feels like an excuse, doesn't it?
Get a big power boat and drive up the way up the coast to Isla. Haul up there. Job done.
We might even find by the time we get to Scotland that it's not even happening up there. It could just be happening in like England.
We could bring it with us.
Yeah.
Bring like one person with it.
We infest Isla.
We know how we've already dealt with it. We understand it in season 1.
We
can take out the island, claim it all for ourselves.
Yeah. It does feel like it's got sort of like slight Tremor vibes, doesn't it? You ever watch that film?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Kevin Bacon.
It's classic, that is.
That is classic. They were
classically rubbish,
scary. Yeah, they were tunneling worms. So we're saying this is just people that wriggling around worms on the floor that try to bite you. It's
initially.
A bit like rubbish zombie. Well, how would they evolve? Go on then.
Well, evolution.
Genius.
That's going to happen, mate. Yeah.
Right. So then they start to walk, and then they start to be able to jump and then do stuff. Yeah. It's going to be very slow though if they start off just wriggling around on the ground, isn't it? I think that we're safe for a while.
It might take.
I kind of picture like walking out of your place. Obviously, there's a bit of chaos because people can't do stuff. Like if a percentage of the population have turned into these worm snake things, then they're not going to be functioning and doing stuff that's actually required. But I kind of feel like at this point you could probably step over them. I mean, how dangerous can they really be? And then maybe just cricket back to the head would be enough to like finish them off. I feel like maybe it's not going to be that that bad. It's going to be more of a case of watching how things escalate, keeping on top of your power, and probably the biggest issues is going to come from like other human beings, isn't it?
Other humans, yep.
Yeah, because like society breaks down, and then there's no police doing a great job. There's no fire service. So
wildfires, mate, everywhere. Gas explosions, nothing maintained. That'll be
yeah, exactly.
For the general population, they're not going to do well.
Yeah.
Us, on the other hand, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, we're going to be fine because we're loaded up with whiskey, Molotov
Any
cocktails.
whiskey drinker is going to be fine. If you've got any sort of collection. If you need a reason to build up your collection, it's for this. You're doomsday prepping.
I mean, if anything, people have probably been going into this kind of, like, all these people stocked up on whiskey and everyone thinks it's just a wholesome hobby, which is bad for your liver. Oh, no, it's dangerous.
Maybe that's what it is.
This is just like doomsday preppers on heat. We've all just been getting ready for some sort of dystopian event.
We may have just reignited the auction market.
People with like 400 bottles at home or whatever, And them saying, "Oh, I like collecting." No, they don't. They're just doomsday preppers getting ready for like a life-changing event. That's all it is. All right.
Yeah. They love it.
They want to have enough to drink and enough to throw. There we go.
Well, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too.
That was a good mental flex.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have a dig in my book collection and see. There's some really good books that I've read. There's one that was like about a serial killer set in a kind of dystopian future. That was excellent. I'm gonna see if I can dig that one out. I'll recommend it to you when I manage to find it. You read books, right? Sometimes
I read at least 20 pages of a book.
Brilliant. I'll see if I can find that book. It's a top recommend. It's so good I can't remember the name of it. That's actually quite annoying. It is set in London. It's set in London though. So
London.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you. We will catch you on the next one, and it's a goodbye from me and a goodbye from him. Bye.
Anyway, it says Steve's got the deepest voice. Duncan and Mike introducing Honest to a Malt.
Honest to a malt.
I can go deeper than... Can I go deeper than that? I mean, I broke up there. Who has the deepest of deep voices?
Duncan and Mike on a mission to find some whiskey. That's a fucking outtake done.